Welcome Wolfpack to episode number 2 of our Transport Fever 2 series, where we're trying to build a transportation empire. We continue this series from 1865. If you remember in episode number 1, we covered the years 1850 to 1865. If you enjoy this video, please don't forget to smash that like button, and if this is your first time on the channel, please hit the red subscribe button and set your notifications to all. If you do that, welcome to the Wolfpack. In this episode, we will continue to run supplies to our steel mill and hopefully pay off a few more loans. We will attempt to get the next leg of our supply chain, the wooden planks manufactured for our machines factory. Stick around to see if we're a viable transportation company while we near the end of the 1800s. Alright, so we have 2 road vehicles still waiting here for some steel. We should have a load of coal and iron ore coming into the steel mill in the very near future. Here's train number 2 coming, chugging down the tracks. We will most likely be upgrading one of these trains, at least one of these trains, I hope, this episode. We do have a fair amount of debt to still pay off. Still $6 million, which is $1 million more than what we started with. Here comes our first train of episode number 2 into the steel mill. We should be going up a couple $100,000, I hope. There we go. We are back in the green again for this episode. We do have a decent amount of steel sitting over here waiting for wood planks, and as soon as we get some money, we will start this supply chain and get some wood planks down here so we can start kicking out the machinery. So it looks like all of the vehicles on our Frisco steel line are nearing the end of their service life. So we do have the money right now. I am going to replace all of these vehicles so they're not costing us a fortune. We will go ahead and replace all 4 of them for $78,000. As much as that is going to be a little bit of a hit to the income, it is certainly going to cost us less in the long run for maintenance. All right, we have $645,000 in the bank here. We are still running in the green. I'm going to go ahead and pay off one of these loans to bring us back down to $5.5 million in loans, and that will bring down our interest costs a little bit. It's going to leave us a little tight, but we're just going to let the simulation run and see how it works out. Get a little tight on cash here, but hopefully we're turning things around here with this train pulling into the station. Hopefully we can stay above water now. Here we're inside the Frisco coal mine. You can see the detail that's put into the game. Very cool. They have coal mining carts going in and out of the tunnels, bringing coal out. And that coal is being delivered over here to our Frisco North truck yard, and then carried over to our train station, where it's being sent down to the steel mill. Here we are at the iron ore mine. The iron ore is being dumped directly into the train yard because it is closer to the train line than the coal mine. Again, the level of detail in this game is very nice, as was Transport Fever 1. Don't forget, Wolfpack, if you are enjoying this content, please don't forget to hit that like button. If you're new to the channel and this is the first time you're here, please hit the subscribe button and set your notifications to all. If you do that, welcome to the Wolfpack. We are going to go ahead and start building our road from the forest up here and down to the sawmill. We are going to go ahead and do it in small chunks so we aren't exhausting our budget, but I do believe that we need to get this supply chain going. It is May of 1870. We are 5 years in from episode number 2, and we have joined up our forest over to our sawmill, and we are waiting a little bit of income so we can start routing trucks back and forth, and eventually this will be a train line with truck support. Again, I want to be careful. I don't want to get overzealous and outrun our income. I want to take it slow this series so we can make a little bit more than one episode. You can see August 31st of 1870, all of our lines are currently making money, which is a good thing. It is very tough to make money in the 1800s early on in this game, so we're not doing too bad. It's just slow going. So now we have another Baldwin-class locomotive. The only problem is it's $1 million. So let's go ahead and take a look at that in a second. 37 miles an hour. It has triple the horsepower of the previous General. Lifespan of 30 years. I think that is going to be our upgrade when it needs to be done. Did take a look at our bus lines. We need to replace the Frisco bus line and the Moretta bus line. We need to replace both of those vehicles. So we are going to replace that vehicle with the horse-drawn carriage again. We will do the same thing for the Frisco bus line. We actually accidentally sold that vehicle on that bus line, so we will have to add another one. And we will add them to the Frisco bus line. That was an accident, but that'll work out. I think we're going to have train number 1 on its way back, head back to the terminal. We're going to send them right back to the depot, and I think we're going to do a little upgrading here. Train number 1 obviously is our older one. It's the first one we bought. Has 10 years left, but we have locomotive upgrades that are going to make us a lot more profitable, I believe. So here was our first train. It is pulling into the depot for probably the last time, I hope. And let's go ahead and take a look at it and see what we can do to edit it. So it's still going to cost us $985,000. That means we're going to have to take out a loan for that. We will borrow $1 million. Actually, I think we're going to borrow $1.5 million so we can go ahead and upgrade this train. We're going to remove this vehicle. We're going to add 2 more gondolas, and we're going to put a bald one on it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're just going to go with 8. And we're going to send them out. Train number 1 has been upgraded. We had to take out a loan to do so, but hopefully it will pay off in the end in maintenance costs and extra cargo. Again, a very detailed game. I really enjoy the level of detail in this game. They always did a really nice job. Upon looking at this, we are going to have to, and I'm glad we had this dry run with this train down here before, so it had to turn around. We are going to have to configure this station to add 1 more offloading platform. So we're going to go ahead and put 1 more platform here, and that should cover us. Now this train should be able to pull in and offload. Right here we have the new and the old trains of the Nate Wolf Transportation Company. And that one will be upgraded shortly as well. We have a couple of upgrades for road cargo vehicles. That's good. When it comes time to replace, we will replace with those vehicles. We are going to add a platform here for sure. That is 100%. We need that here. Drop it in right here. That way we can adequately add our coal into the car. So we don't need to add on to this one just yet. We're only pulling out 4 loads of iron ore. So that one we don't have to spend the $20,000 on. This station, however, needs the whole train to pull in so it can load up the coal. I have not checked, and I should check on our sidings, if the trains can pass using the sidings the way that we have it configured. This siding will be okay. So this is going to be our first full load with the new train. And that is 1 extra car each. So hopefully that train having 1 extra car each, hopefully we can keep this route a little bit more busy as well. And here's our other siding test, just to make sure. Looks like we're going to be fine. For both sidings, we don't need to add on any additional track work at this time. Right now the Frisco bus line is running at a deficit. That's because we have replaced the vehicle and it started from the depot again. We're going to let that go and see how it works out. Obviously our Baton Rouge coal and ore line, we are waiting on our first load from the new train, and then we will evaluate that one as well. I don't expect it to be a deficit for very long. Here's our first full load of the new train with 8 cars and quicker. $464,000. That's almost $100,000 more than the last one. Now we're making some money on that line. Hopefully that will start our steel mill cranking. We are going to put a road depot in over here, and we're going to start our logging industry as well. We've kind of reached a spot where our old train is actually slowing up our new train, so we might be sending that one to the depot to replace it as well. Going to be a little bit of an investment, but I think it might be the right investment. If our new train catches this train, we are definitely replacing train number 2. Guys, don't forget to smash that like button if you're enjoying the content. And if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. I think the Baldwin 6 wheels is going to make its last run right here. This is going to head right back to the train depot as soon as we're done with this final run. We do have our 4 road vehicles over here stacked up and ready to run steel. That one brought us back into the green. I'm going to go ahead and send this vehicle right back to the depot. That train has served its purpose for the 18 years that it's been running for us, but it is slowing our newer trains down. So we are going to send it back to the depot and we will retire it. We did take out another $1 million loan and we will go ahead and replace this vehicle as well. So now we have 2 Baldwin locomotives running coal and iron ore down to the steel mill. We're going to come over here and get our truck station set up to run wood from the forest down to the sawmill. Here are 2 workhorses running up and down the same train line. So finally we get another full load in here, and this should bring us out of debt at least for a few minutes. But we also have another train coming down with another load and probably another $350,000, so that's a good thing. $533,000, very nice. $500,000 right off the bat. We are going to go ahead and get our truck station in over here so we can start this supply chain before we run out of money again. I'm going to start off right here, and we will buy 2 of those American horse-drawn carriage with side stakes to run logs from Lexington Forest down to Frisco South. I have to go set up a line. And we will wait until we are full of all loads. Call that the Lexington Frisco log run. Placed our brand new road vehicle in here, and he's going to come over here and pick up some wood and head down to the sawmill. We will add more vehicles on this route as soon as we can, but right now we need some money. We have the American Stagecoach, a passenger car here, and the Dunara Castle steamship that is available now. When we upgrade, we will keep them in mind. We did add 3 more vehicles to the Frisco log run to try and get a steady stream of logs down to the sawmill so we can finish this side of the supply chain for that machinery. So we have our logging convoy pulling into the sawmill right now, and we can start making planks. So train number 1's back on the way to the steel mill, and we're not getting a full load of coal, meaning we're not getting enough coal from here to here to fill the trains to full capacity. And the reason for that is these vehicles on this line, the coal spur line, have reached the end of their lifespan, and we will replace them. We're going to get 4 of these, and as soon as that train pulls in, we will go ahead and purchase them. And we're going to put those vehicles onto the coal spur. We're going to take the older vehicles off, and we will sell them. Now we should have our brand new vehicles, all of them in very good condition, and they should be ready to take coal over to the train. It is the beginning of 1880, and episode number 2 has reached our 15th year of gameplay. I hope you're enjoying this series of Transport Fever 2, and if you are, please smack that like button. Once again, if you're new to the channel, please hit the red subscribe button and set your notifications to all. Join us soon for episode number 3 as we attempt to make our lines more efficient and, money permitting, even introduce some new lines. Check out our previous episodes by clicking the playlist link in the description below or by clicking the Transport Fever 2 card showing up on your screen right now. If you enjoy this series, you may like our Planet Zoo series as well. Click either video, and we will see you over there.